Good morning, guys. Hope you did well on Module 5 assessment. Here we go, Module 6, getting through lessons 1 or topic 1 through 5 today. Topic 1, sharing the road with pedestrians. Crosswalks may be painted or marked on the roadway. Either way, you need to stop for pedestrians in crosswalks, whether they are marked or unmarked. Always stop for pedestrians. Be aware more than 50% of all pedestrian motorist crashes occur at intersections. Motorist speed is a major factor in crashes with pedestrians. Give pedestrians the right of way even if they are crossing on a red signal. Expect pedestrians to do the unexpected. They can cross anywhere, anytime. Know that a pedestrian, know that they're hard to see, especially in bad weather or at night. Yield to mid-block crossings. In this situation right here, this person is crossing right in the middle of the block. You have to give them the right of way for that as well. Check for pedestrians before passing stopped vehicles. Check for pedestrians when making left and right-hand turns. Children are at increased risk for pedestrian injuries. The smaller the size of the person, the harder it is for them to see, especially if they are standing in between parked cars on the side of the road. Young children are, they could chase a ball out in the middle of the street. They're unpredictable, and young children often misjudge whether or not it is safe to cross a street. These are the signs at intersections that allow pedestrians information. The first three have the pedestrians have the right of way. The second two, they're supposed to stop, but remember, pedestrians always have the right of way. Bicyclists. Bicyclists are considered vehicles when the cyclist is on the road. Bicyclists are like cars, meaning that they must use the same right-of-way laws as cars do. Bicyclists have the same legal responsibility as motorists. Bicycles can be used for recreation, can be used for fitness and transportation. Many jurisdictions have these new bike lanes for bicyclists to make it safer for them, but motorists should not drive in those bike lanes unless they're making an immediate right-hand turn. Yield to bicyclists in the same order as you would for pedestrians and vehicles. Do not attempt to share a lane with a bicyclist. They're just like a car. They have their own full lane. When approaching or passing a bicyclist, slow down, change lanes, give them adequate space to do so. There's a couple new laws, a real quick video about bicyclists.
We all know the Roanoke Valley is a great place to ride a bicycle for transportation and recreation. With over 29 miles of paved greenway, 52 miles of on-road bike lanes, and hundreds of low-speed neighborhood roads to explore, you can get almost anywhere you want to go on a bike. This year, the Virginia General Assembly has passed a new law making it even safer to cycle on Roanoke's roads. These laws affect both drivers and cyclists, so we wanted to take a moment to make sure you knew about these changes.
In 2014, Virginia required motor vehicles to pass a bicyclist at 3 feet. This was a great start, but drivers and cyclists both had a hard time determining what 3 feet was. Effective July 1st this year, Virginia will require motor vehicles to change lanes when passing cyclists. This is safe for everyone. It gives more room for cyclists and clear direction to motor vehicles in which lane to be in when passing. And remember, it's okay to cross the double yellow line when passing a cyclist, when it's safe.
The Roanoke Valley offers some of the most beautiful views in Virginia, so it's not uncommon to come across a group of riders exploring the Commonwealth byways. When riding in a group, Virginia law now allows cyclists to ride 2 abreast at all times. Previously, the law required cyclists to move single file to let a vehicle pass, but now the cars are required to change lanes when passing allowing cyclists to remain two abreast, meaning there is actually a shorter distance required to overtake them.
Always remember that the Roanoke Valley's roads belong to all users. In addition to good exercise, many of our neighbors rely on bicycles for transportation. The road they're riding may be the only road that takes them to where they need to go. So slow down, be patient, and share the road so we can make sure everyone makes it to their destination.
Okay, so a couple things to highlight there. Bicyclists are allowed, cars are allowed to cross over double yellow lines when passing a bicycle now, and bicyclists are allowed to ride two abreast, meaning side by side. Those are new laws. Search for bicyclists before you turn and before you back up. They are much more difficult to see than regular cars. Do not slow down or stop quickly after you pass a bicyclist. Do not honk your horn when you're close to a bicyclist, and then yield to bicyclist when a bike lane intersects a road. Use caution when the roadway is wet or covered with sand. It can be very slippery for a bicyclist. During rainy weather or icy weather near schools or residential area, much more likely for a bicyclist to be there. Around potholes or litter at night, do not use high beams when you see an oncoming cyclist. The law says you must give the bicyclist a minimum of 3 feet. It is recommended that 5 feet of cushion is given between you and the cyclist. Riding a bicycle in the wrong direction, meaning going towards traffic, is against the law, and it is the leading cause of crashes for bicyclists. Scooters, mopeds, they are considered bicycles because they do not go above 35 miles per hour. Mopeds are not allowed on high-speed roadways. If they do go faster than 30 to 35 miles per hour, then it would be considered a motorcycle, and then you would have to have a motorcycle license to drive that vehicle. Keep in mind that scooters and mopeds travel much slower than motorcycles, so you need to be aware that they are going to not be going as fast, and they are a bigger hazard. You must wear a helmet when operating a motorcycle. A DOT stands for Department of Transportation. In Virginia, if a scooter has an engine bigger than 51 cc's or goes over 35 miles per hour, you must register it, title it, and get insurance for at the DMV. Motorcycles. They are smaller than cars, and they are more difficult to see in traffic. Research shows that a person who has a motorcyclist in their family are more cognizant of motorcyclists, so they are safer around them. Mentally train yourself to look for motorcycles when driving. Do not ride beside motorcycles in the same lane. Give them their own lane. Check for mirrors and blind spots for motorcyclists. Check for motorcycles before turning, and then when following a motorcyclist, allow for more space. Anticipate a motorcyclist's actions. Do not signal a motorcycle is turning when you see its turn signal flashing. Okay, just assume that they left it on. Don't assume anything. Always signal intentions. Increase space around a motorcycle in bad weather, and maintain position and speed when passing a motorcycle. Always check your blind zones for motorcyclists. A vehicle corner post can hide a motorcyclist, so these little posts right here can obscure your vision, so you might not be able to see the motorcyclist. Check your rear view mirror often, when followed by a motorcycle. That a motorcycle speed is often difficult to determine, so you want to allow extra space when interacting with motorcycles. What can motorcyclists do to manage risks? If you drive a motorcycle, you must take a motorcycle safety course. As a motorcyclist, know your limits as well as the limits of your motorcycle and of the environment you're traveling in. Always wear appropriate gear, whether it be a helmet or gear that will protect your skin in case you lay the bike down. Cyclists should maintain a positive mental attitude and be in proper physical condition. It can be very taxing to drive a motorcycle. Cyclists should ride in a position where they can be seen and they can see. So not necessarily always in lane position 1. They might be in lane position 2 or 3, depending on the conditions. There are different licenses for cyclists. There is Basic Rider 1, Basic Rider 2, and Advanced Riders. These are all classes that motorcyclists can take. Sharing the road with passenger/school buses. Okay, so for a school bus, you must stop when the flashing lights are out. You must remain stopped until all the children are clear, which means they are on the curb or in their driveway. You must also stop if the bus is loading or unloading children and the signals are not on. They should be on, but if you see kids getting off of a school bus, you need to stop for them. If there is a physical barrier, a median, or a divided highway, okay, you do not need to stop for a school bus with its lights on. That's the only time you don't need to stop for them. When you approach an intersection where a school bus is stopped, school bus is here, you must, if you are one of these 3 red cars, you must stop until everything gets out. The school bus controls that intersection. School zone speed limits are often enforced when school session is on and children are likely crossing the roads. Remember, amber lights are designed to draw attention to the school zone. School zones may also double as playground zones. So even if school's not on and it's a busy playground, they are allowed to put the school zone lights on to limit your speed. Larger vehicles, including school buses, will accelerate much slower than cars. So you need to know that it's going to take them longer to cross the intersection. Avoid following too close to a larger vehicle. They are not going to be able to see you if you can't see their mirrors. When you stop behind a school bus, leave adequate spacing between your vehicle and the school bus. Sharing the road with the school bus, sharing the road with the passenger bus, Bus lanes are intended to save time for riders by establishing a bypass in the heaviest traffic congestion, also in a business district. This yellow or this white diamond is considered HOV, or it could have the words bus only on there. Be careful when passing stop buses. Students or passengers may be exiting and crossing the street. Unlike school buses, passenger buses, you do not need to stop for them. And that is module 1 through 5. We will pick up with module or topic 6 next class period.